Dear students, in this lecture we see multiple choice questions on SPRT. Choose the correct alternative out of 4 given below for each question. Question 1. In SPRT, decision about the null hypothesis is taken. Option A. After each successive observation. Option B. After fixed number of observations. Option C. At least 5 observations. Option D. None of these. The correct option is A. After each successive observations. Question 2. In SPRT, sample size is option A fixed, option B random, option C constant, option D none of these. The correct option is option B random. Question number 3. SPRT was invented by or proposed by option A R.A. Fisher, option B Abraham Wald, option C Carl Pearson, option D none of these. The correct option is Abraham Wald. Question 4. The decision criteria of SPRT depends upon option A type 1 error, option B type 2 error, option C both A and B, and option D none of these. The correct option is option C both A and B. Question 5. Which of the following statements are true? Statement 1. In SPRT, sample size is random variable. Statement 2. SPRT was invented by Abraham Wald. Statement 3. The decision criteria of SPRT depends on alpha beta. Option A, statement 1. Option B, statement 2 and 3. Option C, both A and B. And D, none of these. The correct option is option C, both A and B. Question 6. In SPRT, for taking the decision about the null hypothesis involves option A 2 region, option B 1 region, option C 3 region, option D none of these. The correct option is 3 region, option C. Question 7. If alpha equal to type 1 error and beta equal to type 2 error, then which of the following is strength of SPRT? Option A alpha beta, option B alpha and 1 minus beta, option C 1 minus alpha and beta, option D 1 minus alpha and 1 minus beta. The correct option is option A alpha and beta. Question 8. If alpha equal to probability of type 1 error and beta is probability of type 2 error, then in SPRT lower and upper cutoff points A and B are given by option A B equal to alpha divided by 1 minus beta and A equal to 1 minus alpha divided by beta. Option B equal to alpha divided by 1 minus beta and A equal to beta divided by 1 minus alpha. Option C B equal to beta divided by 1 minus alpha and A equal to 1 minus alpha divided by beta. Option D B equal to beta divided by 1 minus alpha and A equal to 1 minus beta divided by alpha. The correct option is option D. Question 9. Which of the following statement about SPRT are true? Sample size n is fixed. Probability of type 1 error equal to alpha and probability of type 2 error beta are fixed. Statement 3. Probability of type 2 error equal to beta is minimized fox alpha. Option A, only statement 1 is true. Option B, only statement second is true. Only statement 3 is true. And option D, all 3 statements are true. The correct option is option B, only statement second is true. Question 10. In usual notation, sequential testing, we option A fix alpha and minimize beta, option B fix beta and minimize alpha, option C fix alpha beta and minimize expected value of n, and D fix alpha beta and minimize n. The correct option is option D, fix alpha beta and minimize n. Question number 11. Which of the following statement about SPRT is false? In SPRT, single observation taken at a time. The process is terminated whenever all H naught is accepted or rejected. Statement 2. The region of acceptance and rejection depends on strength alpha beta. The SPRT is computationally simple one-step procedure. Option A Option A is 1, option B 2, option C 1 and 2 both, option D 3. The correct option is option B. The region of acceptance and region of rejection depends upon strength alpha and beta. Question 12. Suppose with stopping bound of an SPRT A and B, strength alpha beta, then consider the following: 1 A less than or equal to alpha divided by 1 minus beta, second B greater than or equal to beta divided by 1 minus alpha, and 3 A less than or equal to 1 minus beta divided by alpha, and 4 B less than or equal to beta divided by 1 minus alpha. Now state which of the following is correct. Option A 1 and 2, option B 2 and 3, and option C 1 and 3, and option D 2 and 4. The correct option is option B 2 and 3. Question 13. For a SPRT, which of the statements is true? Statement 1, the sample size n is random variable, and second, the statement of the SPRT terminate with probability 1. Option A 1 only, option B 2 only, option C both 1 and 2, and option D none of these. The correct option is option C both and 1 and 2. Question number 14. The decision in sequential probability ratio test depends on option A probability of type 1 error, option B probability of type 2 error, option C type 1 error and type 2 error, D none of these. The correct option is option C probability of type 1 error and probability of type 2 error. Question 15. Consider the following statement for the sequential probability ratio test. The sample size is fixed. SPRT is intended to test simple null hypothesis against composite alternative hypothesis. Which of the following statement is true? Option A first only, option B second only, option C both first and second, and option D none of these. The correct option is none of these. Question number 16. The decision in SPRT depends on option A probability of type 1 error, option B probability of type 2 error, option C type 1 error and type 2 error, option D none of these. The correct option is option C probability of type 1 error and probability of type 2 error. Question 17. Sequential probability ratio test was given by option A Wald, B Fisher, option C Kramer, and D Chebyshev. The correct option is A Wald. Question number 18. A test in which decision about H naught is taken after each successive observation is known as option A Bayes test, option B likelihood ratio test, option C SPRT, and option D student ratio test. The correct option is option C SPRT. Question number 19. For testing the observation hypothesis H naught theta equal to theta naught against H1 theta equal to theta 1, lambda is likelihood ratio and A and B, A is less than B, are the constant. Under SPRT criteria, consider the following statement. If lambda is greater than A, we terminate the process with acceptance of H naught. If lambda less than equal to A, then we terminate the process with rejection of H naught. If lambda lies between B to A, we continue sampling by taking additional observation Which of the following statements are true or correct? Option A 1 and 2 and 3. Option B 1 and 3 only. Option C 2 and 3 only. And option D 3 only. The correct option is D 3 only. Question number 20. If n is stopping time for an SPRT, then which of the following is correct? Probability. Option A, probability of n less than infinity equal to 1 by 4. Option B, probability of n less than infinity equal to half. Option C, probability of n less than infinity equal to 1. And option D, probability of n less than infinity equal to 3 by 4. The correct option is option C, probability of n less than infinity equal to 1. Question 21. A SPRT terminate with probability. Option A 0, option B 0.5, option C 1, option D 0.75. The correct option is option C 1.